Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Not so long ago I was asked to do a tutorial about how to paint an Imperial Fist, but of course I realized that for me that was completely impossible because I have never painted an Imperial Fist before. But actually what was possible for me was to try to paint an Imperial Fist for the first time on how I would do it if I had to paint the army, and show the process and show how I would do it. So I have to say that I learned a lot. It was quite nice, and even if at first I wasn't happy with the miniature itself, in the end I was really happy with how it looked, and I'm super proud of my Imperial Fist. So I will let you with the video of me painting my first Imperial Fist ever. So here we are. This is the Space Marine in my collection that will become an Imperial Fist. Maybe it would have been easier to paint if I primed this miniature in a different color rather than Chaos Black, but Chaos Black is the only priming that I have because it's the one that suits the best, the color schemes that I use for my miniatures. So let's say that this is the one that I had. And for the color scheme of this miniature, I'm going to try to do the one that I like the most, because I have seen people painting Imperial Fist like in slightly different ways. Like for example, I have seen some people doing the border in the shoulder pad with some red tones, or I have seen people doing some black color. I will go for black for the details because I like color black a lot. I use it a lot in my color scheme, so I like it. So please let me know about the lore of the Imperial Fist, or how they are actually, because I'm actually curious about it. And for the first color that I'm going to apply in the power armor, it's going to be Averland Sunset, because I basically only have two yellows and I use both of them for the eyes of my Tyranids. So basically this is a darker one that I have, so I will start with this one and hopefully it will look good. So let's start painting this Imperial Fist. Please follow my advice, and if you ever want to start painting Imperial Fists, never ever use only a black primer, because it's going to be super difficult to cover the black with the yellow paint. I was too confident. Maybe I should have applied some gray or some lighter color before using yellow, but it was too late for me and I had to use too many layers. Hopefully I didn't cover too much of the details, but anyway, it's looking okay. I like the model so far, so let's continue with it. And before I continue working on the power armor, I would like to do some details in the miniature. I will use lead belcher for the metallic parts of the weapon, and also like these metallic details in the back. And I will also use corn red for the eyes, and I will also use it for the purity seal. And then I will use Wraithbone. I will maybe dry brush a little bit the base, that it has these details, and I will also use the Wraithbone for the purity seal as well. So after that I will be able to work nicely on the power armor, but for now I'm quite happy. I'm very happy with it. It is starting to look quite nice, but still the miniature needs some shade, so this is the perfect moment to apply some Nuln Oil. And I will use this one here for quite a lot of things. I will use it for the weapon, for the metallic parts, and I will use it for all the different separations of the power armor, as well as the shoulder pads, of course. And after that it should look much nicer. Maybe it will look darker, but it's okay because after that we'll apply highlighting, so it should be quite nice. So let's proceed with that. And well, I will put this closer. Okay, now. And as you can see, after applying Nuln Oil, the shades in the miniature looks more visible. We can see the different shapes between the plates of the power armor. It looks nicer, but of course I got a little bit carried away and I basically washed the miniature with Nuln Oil in some parts. But hopefully it will look nice after I apply some Ariel yellow to highlight the miniature, and it should look nicer, because for example you can see that the yellow in the shoulder pads is much nicer than the yellow in the helmet, for example. So maybe I made a mistake in not washing all the miniature once I started, but hopefully after this it should look much better. So let's hope that it will look nice. Wish me good luck, and let's continue. Definitely after applying some yellow highlights, the miniature looks much better. I'm much more happier with it right now. It looks quite cool, so I'm super happy with it. And before continuing with the miniature itself, I will proceed with the base of the miniature, and for that I'm going to use a lot of colors. I can see a lot of things here. There's a lot of things happening in the base of this miniature. Here I have to correct something of the yellow things. But for the base I will use, first of all, Eshin Grey. It's a darker grey. Then I will use some Dawnstone, that is like a lighter grey. And for some of the metallic things that are here and around the base, I will use Leadbelcher, and for the highlights of the Leadbelcher I will use Stormhawk's Silver. And then I can see also some bones, I think. I'm not sure. For that I will use Wraithbone, of course. And I can see some things that I kinda want to be golden, and for that I will use Balthasar Gold. So let's paint the base of the miniature and continue with the Imperial Fist. As you can see, even if there was a lot of things going on in the base of the miniature, I prefer it to be quite subtle, not very distracting for the Space Marine itself. And right now I will proceed with the highlighting of the black parts of the miniature and also some of the metallic ones, and for that I will use in the metallic parts Stormhost Silver, and for the black parts of the miniature, like the weapon and the borders of the shoulder pads, I will highlight them exactly the same as my Black Templar. So I will use first of all Dark Reaper, and then I will use Fenrisian Grey, and after that I will be able to finish the miniature with the shoulder pads. So let's continue. And as you can see, the miniature is now almost complete. I still have 2 empty shoulder pads that should have something, of course. And for this one I will try to paint the battle line symbol. I have a few white ones from the Ultramarines transfer sheets that come with every Space Marine generic unit, but I want it to be black, and the ones that I have are white, so I will try to paint this one. And here I will basically use one of the Imperial Fist symbols that come in the Leviathan box set, so that's what I will do right now. So let's try my best and hopefully it will look nice. And this is it. As requested, I painted my first Imperial Fist ever. I'm super happy with the experience. It was quite nice and quite different to paint this kind of chapter, because of course this is completely different to the things that I usually paint. And I have to say that I enjoy it a lot. I mean, I really like Imperial Fist because of course I'm a Black Templar player, so we share the same Primarch. Black Templars come from the Imperial Fist, so of course I need to like them. And it was super cool. They are really cool, and I have to say that if you ever want to paint one of them, never do the same mistake as me. Don't prime them with black, prime them with a lighter color, because it will be much easier. But even so, I'm super happy with the results. I think that it looks quite nice, and I really like this Space Marine right now. It's quite cool in my opinion. I really like it, and as I said, I'm quite happy with the results. So if you have something that you would like me to paint, I will try to do it, so you can leave it in the comments. And as usual, if you are still here, please consider giving me a like and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.